bar was alive with music, laughter, and the clinking of glasses, but amid the crowd he noticed her. Not the kind of beauty that demanded attention, but a quiet, genuine presence that made the world seem to pause. Alexander Drake, billionaire, playboy, and untouchable, had flirted with countless strangers, yet there was something about her smile, the way she laughed, that made him stop and take notice. Across the room, someone watched nervously. Her sister, heart racing, knowing how easily the powerful and wealthy could hurt those they loved. But as Alexander leaned in, their conversation flowing effortlessly, laughter mingling with curiosity and warmth, the impossible began to happen. Two worlds collided in that fleeting moment. Hearts trembled, and secrets waited to be revealed, sparking a connection that neither could ignore. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the magic of unexpected love, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because this story is about to change everything.
The bar was buzzing that night with the low hum of chatter, the clinking of glasses, and the soft flicker of neon lights that cast long shadows across the polished wooden floor. The smell of expensive perfume and whiskey lingered in the air, a silent reminder that this was no ordinary place. In the corner, leaning casually against a bar, Alexander Drake, billionaire, philanthropist, and notorious playboy, sipped his aged scotch, scanning the moon with a practiced detachment. He was used to attention, to people gravitating toward him for his money, his charm, or simply the mystique of his name. But tonight, something in the air felt different, almost electric. Across the room, a young woman entered. She was not glamorous in the way the wealthy patrons were accustomed to. Her clothes were simple, her makeup minimal, but there was a quiet elegance in her presence that made the room seem to pause for a fraction of a second. She was laughing softly with a friend, unaware that her every movement drew Alexander's eyes like a magnet. He had flirted with countless women before, but there was an unusual softness to her that made him pause. As fate would have it, the woman moved closer to the bar, and Alexander, with a charming smile, initiated a conversation. Her laughter was genuine, her eyes bright, and for the first time in a long time, Alexander felt a curiosity that had nothing to do with status or money. They talked, they smiled, and the connection between them seemed effortless, almost fated. Before this connection could deepen, there was a quiet stir at the entrance. Her sister, Emily, a young waitress at a nearby diner, had been working late and had stopped by the bar for a brief break. She noticed the stranger instantly, but then her eyes widened in recognition. The woman Alexander was talking to, laughing with ease, was her sister, Lily. The shock of seeing her sibling in such close proximity to the man she had always heard about, the billionaire who was rumored to flirt with anyone he pleased, made Emily's heart race. Viewer engagement call. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the magic of unexpected encounters, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Emily felt a mix of emotions, protectiveness, fear, and an odd sense of hope. Emily knew that Alexander's reputation was anything but ordinary, and she worried that her sister might get caught in a story she could regret. Yet she couldn't help but notice the unusual sincerity in the billionaire's gaze, something that suggested this was not like his other flings. Meanwhile, Lily was oblivious to her sister's presence, immersed in the moment with Alexander. His charm was undeniable, but there was something in his demeanor tonight that felt different. He listened, he laughed, and he asked questions that went beyond surface-level conversation. He wanted to know her dreams, her fears, the little things that made her who she was. And Lily, usually guarded and wary of strangers, felt an unfamiliar trust blossoming inside her heart. As the night continued, Alexander offered to buy her a drink, but Lily politely declined, insisting she could manage her own. He smiled, intrigued by her independence, and respected her boundaries. It was rare, almost unheard of, for someone of his status to meet a woman who did not bend under the weight of his wealth or his charisma.
Emily watched from afar, her emotions a tangled mix of admiration and apprehension, wondering if this encounter could truly be different. The night drew on, the bar gradually emptying, and Alexander asked if Lily would like to step outside for some fresh air. Something in his tone, earnest and unassuming, melted away Lily's skepticism. She agreed, and as they stepped into the quiet night, the city lights shimmering around them, the world seemed to narrow down to just the two of them. Little did they know that this brief encounter would set in motion events that would test bonds, reveal secrets, and challenge the boundaries of love, loyalty, and family.
The next day, Emily couldn't shake the image of her sister laughing with Alexander Drake. She replayed every detail in her mind, the sparkle in Lily's eyes, the ease with which she had spoken, and the unusual gentleness in Alexander's demeanor. Despite her initial doubts, a part of her wanted to believe that this could be something meaningful, something real. But Emily also knew that in Alexander's world, appearances were deceptive, and wealth often masked motives that were not entirely pure. Meanwhile, Lily found herself thinking about Alexander in a way she hadn't expected. The memory of his smile, the way he had listened to her without judgment, and the warmth in his eyes lingered long after they parted ways. She wondered if someone like him could truly care for someone like her, not the millionaire, not the playboy, but the real Alexander. A part of her feared disappointment, yet another part was excited by the possibility of something genuine, something that could change her life in ways she had never imagined. Emily decided to confront the situation quietly. She reached out to Lily, gently reminding her to be cautious. But as the sisters talked, Emily realized that Lily's happiness was evident in every word, in every expression. The protective instincts she had harbored were still there, but they were tempered by the hope that her sister had found someone who could see beyond wealth, someone who could truly value her. Alexander, on his side, couldn't stop thinking about Lily. He was used to being surrounded by flattery and superficial interest, yet here was a woman who challenged him, who didn't fear him, who wasn't awed by his money or status. He realized that this encounter was more than fleeting attraction. It was a rare, authentic connection, and for the first time, he wanted to be seen not as a billionaire, but as himself, vulnerable, sincere, and capable of love. Their paths crossed again by chance, or perhaps by fate, at a charity event hosted by Alexander's company. Lily attended reluctantly, unsure how to navigate a world so far removed from her own, while Alexander spotted her across the room, his heart leaping. He approached with the same gentle confidence, and this time there was no pretense, no games. The conversation flowed naturally, laughter mingled with serious moments, and both realized that the spark they felt was undeniable. Emily watched discreetly from the sidelines, her emotions a complex mix of relief and lingering caution. She approached Alexander later, introducing herself, not with confrontation, but with honesty. She explained the family connection, and to her surprise, Alexander's response was genuine respect and warmth. He understood her concern and assured Emily that his intentions toward Lily were sincere, that he wasn't there for superficial reasons. Emily's heart softened, and for the first time, she allowed herself to believe that maybe, just maybe, this could work. The trio's interactions continued over the following weeks. Alexander made an effort to show Emily that he valued Lily's family as much as he valued Lily herself. He invited them to events, spent time learning about their lives, and respected their boundaries. Lily blossomed under his attention, not the kind that smothered her, but the kind that supported, encouraged, and nurtured. Emily observed the change in her sister, the joy that radiated from her, and began to let go of her fears, embracing the hope that love could indeed transcend worlds. Months passed, and the bond between Alexander and Lily deepened.
Their relationship was not without challenges. Differences in social status, family dynamics, and personal insecurities surfaced, but each obstacle became a testament to their commitment and resilience. Alexander learned the value of humility and patience, understanding that true connection required empathy and listening, not just charm and wealth. Lily discovered her own strength, realizing that opening her heart did not make her weak, but courageous. Emily played a crucial role in this journey, her initial protectiveness evolving into unwavering support. She saw Alexander's sincerity and dedication, and she could not deny the happiness he brought into her sister's life. She began to let go of her reservations, embracing the idea that love could bridge gaps that once seemed insurmountable. One evening, Alexander surprised Lily with a quiet, heartfelt gesture, a picnic under the stars, away from the chaos of wealth and expectation. There, under the shimmering night sky, he spoke of his admiration, his love, and his commitment to building a future together. Lily, with tears in her eyes, realized that this was more than a fleeting romance. It was a bond forged through trust, respect, and genuine affection. The sisters shared a quiet moment afterward, reflecting on the journey that had brought them here. Emily expressed her pride and relief, acknowledging the courage it took for Lily to trust Alexander and herself. They embraced, the bond of family strengthened by the trials they had faced together. Alexander and Lily's story became a testament to the power of second chances, the magic of unexpected encounters, and the beauty of genuine connection. They showed that love could flourish across worlds, that kindness and sincerity could break down barriers, and that the heart often knows what the mind fears to believe. Comment below if this story touched your heart or reminded you of someone special in your life. As their journey continued, Alexander and Lily faced the future hand in hand, supported by family, guided by trust, and inspired by the knowledge that true love was worth every challenge. Their story reminded everyone who witnessed it, whether through whispers in the bar, family conversations, or the pages of life, that authentic connections are rare, precious, and transformative. Viewer engagement call. If this story moved you, inspired you, or made you believe in love and second chances, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps more heart-touching stories reach those who need them most. And so, in a world often dominated by appearances, Alexander and Lily proved that genuine love, courage, and the willingness to open one's heart could overcome all obstacles, leaving a legacy of hope, joy, and the timeless magic of human connection.